Right, welcome to our end of year vlog. We're going to start off with probably my favourite loco we've bought this year, which is a Wren clan line.
A Wren? Really?
Allegedly. I think I paid 60. We got two on the same day, City of Liverpool and this. I think I paid 100 for them.
For the pair,
if anybody wants to see that, go and watch the video. You can check yourselves, but I'm sure it was 100 for the pair. They both run fantastically.
And where were they from, sorry?
It was at the Leyland.
Leyland, right.
Yeah, definitely the Leyland Model Railway exhibition. So I'm not going to run it all the way around because you won't be able to see it, but look, there you go. Works absolutely fine. No, we'll put it out of the way. We'll get crack on. We've got lots to get through today, including showing everyone our favourite exhibition from the year. Before we do that, you might have seen in our last video this that I got from my cousin Tom. So I've actually stripped it down and cleaned it and got it running well. So let's just, well, it was last time I used it. Let's just check it still works. Bit slow, but yeah.
It's strange how sometimes they go one way, they seem slower one way than they do the other.
Yeah.
And what's this? Is this a bone thingy, did you say?
It's a Class 58. They were nicknamed the Bone.
Because of the shape?
Yeah.
But didn't we say something about a smaller engine inside?
It has a very small motor. I mean, it's not powerful at all. It really does struggle. And as part of the, I think it was the midnight freight set it came with, it must struggle to pull all those trucks. So yeah, we're happy with that now. It's all working. However, right, where did we go last?
Llandudno.
Llandudno, yeah. And we bought, what did we buy? First of all, we bought this. These rather. Yeah, we'll bring them out together. We got these. I went there to buy some coaches and I came back with a military strike force. Is that on? Well, here they are. The searchlight and the missile.
Work.
If I turn the power on, it will, yeah. There we go.
Look, it's fab.
Yeah, we cleaned it up and now it works.
It's got some bits missing, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Not for much longer. I've bought some replacements.
Yeah. Isn't that the fab way of doing things these days, though? Getting them made.
Yeah,
Because
something.
you'd never find these. Some mum has hoovered these bits up, haven't they, over the years?
Probably, yeah. And you can get replacement missiles. I assume these are the originals. Now, I'm going to move Mr. 58 and put these on here and see if they actually work. You wouldn't be allowed to sell these today.
Are they plastic?
Plastic with metal tips.
Not dangerous at all.
No. That wouldn't do any damage to your eye, would it? No. Okay.
Can I back it up and now have a go?
Yeah, I'm going to stay well clear. Don't aim it.
Promise to turn them slightly.
Please do.
I'm moving back a little bit more to see how far they go.
There's nothing on the wall there. Go on.
Oh, not quite made the wall, but hey, not far off.
It's on the track.
Oh, that hit the wall, no problem.
It still works.
Oh, that one didn't.
That was the one that wasn't in. No, that one wasn't improper. And there's something in the rocket.
Yay! It got them in their own box then.
Yeah, we devalued that.
It was worth a look though, because I think these things are fabulous. It's nice to see something other than the norm for me.
More fun. We've got a few bits and pieces you can actually do things with like this, like that operating tipper set and stuff we keep meaning to look at. And the
kids love it, don't they?
And they were boxed as well. They're up for 18 each. We got the pair for 30. I think it's cost maybe a tenner for all the other bits to put on.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's still a good price. I mean, when I looked on eBay for these for sale, every single one had the same bits missing.
Yeah.
So whoever's doing these, fabricating these, you know, new plastic bits, it should do all right out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, another favourite we've bought this year was the video we did at one of the toy fairs, Haydock Toy Fair. We tried to find a Loco for £10 boxed. And we saw two, but we ended up buying this one, this mainline one. Doesn't sound great, but it runs fine.
Yeah.
You know?
It gets around really, really quite well, doesn't
It
it?
goes quite slow as well. But for a tenner in a box.
It was a bargain, definitely.
So that's one of the good things we've got. And what else did we buy this year? We actually got another Wren. When we got that one, we got this one as well, the City of Liverpool. So I'm sure we got the pair for 100. So that's the other one. Again, the paintwork's a bit scruffy, but it runs absolutely fine. But I've bought something for this,
All right.
which was half the price of the Loco, but I just wanted to see for myself, and I've not put it on yet. I've bought from the Wren shop.
Does he do pen? Is there a men's shop?
Well, there isn't a Wren. Somebody bought the rights to the name after Dapol had it and started producing limited edition wagons and selling off all the old factory stock. It's actually crossed out on there, Basildon, where they were based.
Ah, right, okay.
So it's a spare part, a genuine Wren part. That's the cab detail to put in that red Loco.
Ah.
To cover the motor
I
up.
don't know if you can see it very well, will they?
No, I need to put it on at some point. But yeah, that wasn't a bargain. But I just thought it'd be nice to have. I'm not going to buy them for all the Wren. They only do it for, I think, the Stania Pacifics, which I've got 3 of.
Right.
So yeah, I think it'd just be nice. The later ones, actually, like the last couple of years of production, actually had this added cab detail. So I thought I'd pick one up while I could and put it in there.
Fair enough.
That's just...
If it's one of your favourites, you're going to use it more, then.
Well, I'm not going to put it on this one. I'm going to put it on the City of London. We almost bought another one of those the other day, but we ended up getting Sir Nigel Gresley instead. Right, another thing. Favourite wagon we've bought this year. We got 3 of these for, I think they were £6 each. It says 7, so maybe it was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Have a look at those on eBay. Stupid money.
I don't get why. I think that's the thing. I don't understand why. But yeah, I mean...
Would you go on eBay and buy a wagon like that for 100 quid?
No. Why would you?
Would you go on eBay and buy a handbag for 100 quid?
No.
No, you'd have me buy you one, wouldn't you? Right, what else have we got? Ah, the Western, that big red Loco. Boxed for 20 quid. Is that in shot? I can't see.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah, these go for double that on eBay. You don't even know if they work or not, but this one, obviously maroon, fantastic colour, and it's also had detail added to the front. It's had metal numbers added and metal nameplates, one of which has fallen off but is in the box. So yeah, really, really nice model.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not massively detailed by today's standards. It's okay, but for £20,
Exactly.
it runs brilliantly once you have to clean the wheels and just, you know, give it a quick once over. It's absolutely great. Got all the buffers. There's lots of little bits been added. Even like these added paint details somebody's done over there. Somebody spent a lot of time on that, just making it a little bit nicer.
Not on the foot plates.
Yeah. Also, what have they done there? They've picked those out in silver on the end. You can't even see that. But yeah, really, really nice model. There's a couple more of those we want. There's a golden one, which was a limited edition done for the Cheltenham Model Centre. So we'd like to pick that up. Oh, clan lines off the track. Quite a variety here. What else have we bought? Ah, where's that Wren coach? There it is. That golden arrow thing. This was a £5, Llandudno Toy Fair. There's a bit fallen off, I just noticed on the undercarriage there. I did see it on the floor, wondered what it was. Now I know.
I think I nearly stood on it.
Yeah, that can be glued back in. Just needs taking apart on the windows.
Yeah.
Slotted back into place and just given a wipe.
It's dropped.
Yeah, and it's a bit mucky inside. There's a couple of buffers missing, which is hard to tell because the buffers are so small. But again, those are really expensive.
Are they?
Yeah, they're a lot rarer than the brown Pullmans. I think they've become brown and umber. Yeah, they actually stopped making those a few times because nobody was buying them. They were all getting the brown ones instead.
And what I did notice, that this was a Christmas gift, but this, having these lights on, you can see, you know, so much of the inside, which you can see why people have the DCC, you know, and have the lights inside the cabs because they're so good.
We're not going DCC, you know.
No, I know. But I get why.
You can if you want. You have to chip every single loco we've got.
I'm not that way technically minded at all.
So is that all the bargains? No, it's not. Another video we did back in March or April time was we went to the Elsica Toy Fair and looked for some £5 boxed coaches. Now we might not have found any, but we found, I think these were all off the same trader. And actually there were a few other traders who had these coaches up for £5 as well. So that's a Hornby XLMS coach. That's the Airfix XLMS coach. And this is a Dapple XLMS coach in a Hornby box. They were all £5 each. They're all, I must say, they're pretty much perfect condition. I did go looking for some more to go with this set. I've got a couple, but somebody bought NATO stuff, rocket launchers and whatnot instead. So cheers for that. Well, yeah. And the missiles on the track, so I'm glad I noticed that before I ran one of my nice new logos around it. Wow, again, instantly amazed looking at this.
Water wheel. Oh, if you look, it works something up there as well.
That's absolutely fantastic, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Look there. I mean, this is so unique. I've never seen anything like it.
No.
Fantastic. So you got the trucks there.
Wow.
So look, fixing the loco, yeah. Brilliant. Chatting over a brew.
By the water tower, yeah. Oh look, what's coming?
That's definitely what you'd refer to as cute. And I wouldn't argue with you. for something different. We're going to be doing a few videos on the British 00 scene from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, you know, all the older stuff that we tend to pick up at the toy fairs. And we're going to start first of all with Lima. Now the reason I'm starting with Lima, my first train set, and it was a train set, it wasn't a model railway, was Lima. I'm going to put a picture on screen of me, don't laugh, with my first train set on Christmas Day, probably around 77, 78. And there's two locos in there. One's actually hidden in a tunnel, which I'll show you a little bit later. But the one you can see is this. Look at it. Does it go? Give it a push. There he is. A Lima shunter. This is actually HO. It's based on an American design.
Yeah, because...
Not too closely by the look of it, but this was probably my first loco. I got 2 Lima train sets. So that was the first one. And the second one was this. Slightly better. A Lima LNER J50, I think it is.
Can I just show the hairdos of today?
What's wrong with the hairdos of the day? Let's have a look.
I think I've had one of those.
He looks like somebody on telly now, doesn't he? Who does he look like? Who's that bloke there? He looks like a famous actor these days. Obviously, it's not, but
Is there only a small one that then?
He looks like him out of Footloose when he was younger, doesn't he?
I think so.
What's him out of Footloose called? Do. Kevin Bacon. Talk about going off at a tangent, you and your hairdos. So, a little bit of information about Lima. Lima, Italian, stands for Lavazzone Italia Metalli e Affin, which means Italian productions of metalwork, etc.
Oh, right, okay.
Don't go away now. The company was founded in 1949 and the first trains they produced were in 1958. When they first came to the UK, they were actually N-gauge. This was in 1967. The Lions Group, which owned Rovex, which was Hornby in the end, did a deal with Lima under which N-gauge would be sold through Wren.
Oh.
And this carried on until 1977, which was about when that picture of me was shot. So, when they first came to the UK, they tried to compete in the British 00 range, but the first models they were produced were in 1963. By 1977, they'd thought, that was a bad idea, let's do 00, rather than HO. So the first one they introduced was the Class 33, and then the Deltic. So now let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. So the Class 33 is the first one, and people keep saying, why don't you get a Class 33? I did have a Class 33 many years ago. That's very glossy, isn't it?
Very. Got a good shine to that.
Let's see if it works. Now, this is a very strange loco.
Why?
Bear in mind it was dirt cheap back in the day. And it's not that detailed on first glance, is it? There's no separate parts or anything like that. Is there? Do you know what I mean? But it's actually fake. Because look, those wheels are not connected to them. But, so that's very basic. And then you see, they've added the vacuum pipes on.
All right.
On such a basic model. And they came with it. So it's quite strange. There you go. Now my favourite loco of all the Lima range is actually the one I got the other day. And we're jumping forward a bit here. It's actually this, Class 47. Now one of the things about Lima, they did a lot of commissions for model shops and a lot of small productions because they produced them by the batch.
Right.
Yeah, they make 1,000 of one, get it in the shops. Once that was sold out, they'd introduce another one, but in a different livery. So every time you went out to the shop to look at what Lima had, you know, to buy a 47 or a 37 or something, you'd have a different one.
Right.
Unlike Hornby, it just had a couple of versions. You know, it'd be there year after year after year.
Yeah.
Every time you went into the shop, in a matter of months, they'd have a different livery or the same livery, you know, with a different name. That one there, that's from 2002. It's one of the last Lima models. Only 1,500 were produced of that. But on some of the models, they'd only like make 500.
Right.
So some of them are actually quite collectible. And what you can do with them, as it's happened with this Class 47, is detail them. Yeah, somebody's had a go at this one. They've had all the separate couplings and pipes. All these are extra, you know, these little handrails and things.
Right.
Metal number plate added. So a basic loco, you know, can be made to look a lot nicer at a relatively affordable cost. There's another one of the later ones. This is from the mid-90s. That's, what's it called? Tinsley Traction Depot. Place I visited as a lad.
Did you?
I wasn't allowed to, but yeah, I did do a bit of train spotting there back in the day. It's all gone now. I think some of it's still there, the rest of it's a retail park.
These two are looking fairly old.
They are old, yeah. One of the earliest diesels produced.
Oh, right, okay. Because they don't have the same yellow front on this one at
I
all.
don't think that was one at all, does it, that one? No. The yellow warning triangle was introduced, I'd say, don't quote me on this, in the 60s at some point.
Right.
Maybe mid-60s, I'm not 100% sure. So initially didn't have to have them. It's something, well, you never saw that on a steam engine, did you?
No.
Because if you can't see or hear a steam engine coming, you shouldn't be allowed out. But with the diesel, when they first came out, they were so much quieter.
Right.
So obviously they've got lights on and stuff, but not very bright lights. You know, like the HDRs you have these days. So there's obviously some issue with somebody not seeing the diesel at some point. I think health and safety's gone mad now. When you look at this one later on, it's actually got a bit of yellow. But it has got it on the cab roof. But yeah, as that's from the 60s as well, that's got a small bit of yellow on. That would have been like that eventually. We can't see that one, can we? That isn't even Lima.
Oh,
No,
is it
but
not?
we'll show it anyway. We got on to a completely different topic here. That's a mainline Class 45. And there's your Lima Class 40. Our two biggest diesel locos there.
It is a bit of a monster, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look good on sharp radius curves.
Oh,
That's why I like
right.
the Bobos, like, you know, the Class 25s and the 33s where they just got four-wheel bogies. Those are much nicer.
Yeah.
So in the end, Lima, I think it was in 2003, went into receivership, and it was actually bought, the name and all the rights and everything, but not the factory in Italy, bought by Hornby, who actually introduced 11 Lima models into their range on their more basic railroad range, but put new motors in. So that's what's happened. But the Lima brand still exists as part of Hornby for HO models, but not UK 00. It's more continental HO.
Ah, I see.
So it is still going. But from the 80s onwards, they specialised in diesels. There was absolutely loads of them, and so many variations, especially on the 47 and 37. There must be 30, 40 different versions, you know, of each one in so many, you know, rare liveries as well. I mean, if you wanted to collect them, you'd have a massive collection. So maybe that's something we could look at.
Oh.
Yeah, but they all
More?
run really nice. Another thing with this later one, it's actually got a different type of wheel on. All the other Lima locos I have, diesels anyway, have brass wheels. These aren't, these are different. So this one is Lady Diana Spencer, which is actually preserved now in ScotRail livery, I think. And it was actually at Crewe. What's the place called in Crewe we went? The Crewe Heritage Centre. It was actually there when we went a couple of years ago. Yeah, I'm sure it's in that livery.
Right.
But yeah, so Lima, nice models, very easy to maintain and very reliable. Should we have a look at a couple more? So here's the Deltic. This is one of the first ones they did in 00. but there's a problem with it. It's a nice looking model. This is 55007 Pinzer. Now it's under scale. It was originally devised as being in HO.
Yeah.
So the height of the body and everything is actually 00, but when you look at the bogies, they are stupidly small. They're actually HO scale.
Oh.
So a Deltic is absolutely a massive loco, but it's not when it's Lima. It's actually way too small. So that's quite disappointing. I mean, until Bankman did their Deltic, there was no other choice. So nobody ever had a decent Deltic model. Again, this is one of the ones that was introduced into the Hornby Railroad range. Now, the last one we're going to show is my favourite, and this is one I had as a child. Not this particular one. It's the 87. And this is a Bobo. It's 87 005 City of London. And I think this is preserved. It's either at York or at Crewe. We have seen it. I think it's a really nice model. When you look at the size of the bogies, there's some quite nice detail on there. And you've got the pantograph.
That's ace,
Which I think actually does work if you put overhead cables and you do something inside to it. You can actually take the power from that rather than the track. It's a really nice model. I think the colouring's really good on it. Not bad. Slightly more detailed than some of the Lima, but again, this one came out in 1979, and it does look a lot newer. The detail on the roof is quite good as well. That's probably my favourite Lima model. That and the Lady Diana Spencer. Some Southern coaches. I've not seen them like that there before.
No.
So those Trying Hornby. You got a high mech and a class. I don't know what it is. 83, 80. I'm not sure what it is. They're quite unusual, you know, like that. It's the very old kiddie Hornby stuff, isn't it?
Yes. They do not have a shell like that.
Did I?
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember. I think Sam did.
Oh, where it's Sam? Right.
Sam had one. And he had one of those, but it was red, the loco. He had one of those.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. The car transporters. 30, I knew them. Oxford Rail. I like the Oxford die-cast cars. Well, Oxford Rail, them. But they're actually, I think they're partially owned by Hornby now. I was looking at these Freightliner sets here.
Yeah, it's a shame you can't open the box.
Well, they're very old, probably late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
What we got here? What we got? Triumph Hornby 37, very old. Oh, what's in there?
A project, I think.
It's a white metal kit. Manufactured by George Mellor. Gem Model Railways. Ross-on-Sea, North Wales. It's unusual. It's not finished.
How much is that?
That's 20.
It's not bad for 20.
What should we get it for Pauline to make?
Yeah.
Well, it's, if you look underneath that chassis with the wheels, that's an old Hornby Ginty loco. And you've just got your own, metal body to put on there. With a few adjustments, you had a wheel added on the back. So that's what it'll look like when it's finished. Oh yeah, it says there, Rovex R152 chassis. Rovex is basically Hornby.
Right, okay.
Nice coach.
Put the lid back on here.
Yeah. All sorts over there. Triang dock shunt to the red one, £20. I've got a black one. We do 3 colours, red, black and yellow.
I think I like a yellow one.
That's the same coach as that, a different colour.
I prefer this one.
Yeah, well, Dapple took over. That's Airfix GMR, it says there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When Airfix went bump, they took over them, so the same. Triumph track cleaning coach, wagon rather. Very old, but very, very simple design. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another metal kit. Oh wow, that's £20 as well. On the end it says it's a points box. That's what they did in the old days before the models were too, had the detail. People made them out of kits.
Yeah.
It's 20. Gauge Master HSTs there. Look. That's, I think it says 150 on it. And now we're going over to Kit Build Corner with Pauline. What have you been up to?
Or maybe not. Don't worry, this isn't the kit build. No, this is something we already had and we wanted a better version. Say that very lightly. I started this, so this is the ends here, and I made a bit of a boo-boo, as you do. It was only supposed to have a 1 fold. I'd already folded it 3 and put it down, so I had to peel it all off again. And when I'd done that, I managed to cut my finger. Yeah, it was a bit of a disaster. But what I'm not happy about this, I mean, yeah, you pay your money, and they're a great way of getting these things together, and they're getting so much better. But it's two-tone. Totally different colours.
That's because it's not exposed to the elements as much as the other bit.
Well,
No, you don't believe that?
On this one, it looks fine, but on that one, it's not. And you wouldn't buy wallpaper that you'd always make sure you get the batches correct. So it's a little disappointing. We'll see how it looks when it's done, but
So where's this one gone wrong?
No, that one's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just old and tatty now. It's just been around a long time, that's all. And it's just got a little bit old and tatty. If you turn it round again, here, you can sort of see your edges start to go and so on.
We don't know where we got this one, do we?
No, I've no idea. But yeah, I mean, I started it. It's finding the time. There's so many other things I want to do. Bit of decorating, a bit of other things, but yeah. It'll be lovely once it's done. And I do enjoy doing it when I get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it.
We're now going to watch a bit of video with a message for Pauline on how to get the best from your Metcalfe kits. This is from one of the chaps I saw at the Rainhill exhibition, which I filmed a bit of because I took my mum there. You were out shopping, believe it or not. So we'll have a look at that now. Just shows you how good these kits can be when you make them your own.
And thank you for showing us.
Yeah.
Where is she? You're not divorced, have you already?
No, she's have a guess.
Somewhere else.
Yes, well done. This is my mother.
Oh.
It's not what's name's got you in it as well, has it?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I think I got into it.
You missed a good one last week at Cole.
Was it? All right, yeah. Well, she's
That's what I expect of Pauline when she...
well, she's done the signal box. She does a really good job of it.
Has she?
Yeah, we put a video out Thursday night, and she's showing it off like the little signal box, and it's fantastic. It's the first one she's done, absolutely great job.
That's a standard Metcalfe.
Good. It's amazing what you can do with them, isn't it? But if you're watching this, Pauline, a few tips for you.
Yes, that's right, Pauline.
Oh, she's looking to get started on either the station or the goods shed next.
The machinery's knock, and the lights over the machines are 1mm LED.
Wow.
Wow.
The cabinets that they keep the clothes in are just card, glued together, cropped, painted green, and then a pencil mark drawn on the doors.
Oh, that'll be a doddle for Pauline, that.
And this one started life as a HO American sawmill. It's been on my shelf, Justine's shelf, for 2 years. One of the members died and it came into the club and they were throwing it away.
Right.
So it was repurposed.
Wow, look at that.
It is solid plastic, all of it. A little forge at the end here.
Yeah.
And that's ship's, what do they call it? Ship's workshop or work provender.
Yeah, it's a workshop on. Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's good. I like that. I said Pauline would like this one, didn't I?
You did.
And what she's missing.
That also comes off.
Yeah.
That one's filling out yet. It wants a desk in and it wants...
It's like the offices, isn't it?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not going to put one of those scenes in. That's too near the front.
Right. So what do you think of that footage from Rain Hill for that Master of Kit building? Are you going to be doing that now, yeah?
I wouldn't go that far, no.
Should we buy you some LED bulbs for your birthday?
No.
As regards to bargain hunting, if you've seen the last video we put out, you'd notice we sat down at the end and showed you everything we bought. We're going to do that on all the videos now. Just seems to make more sense.
Yeah, it's just so you can see and you don't have to guess where you got
Yeah.
it from and you can see what we bought.
Mm.
I mean, there's no guarantee we're always going to buy something, to be honest.
We don't always buy something, do
No,
we? But we never
no.
fake it. We just say we didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know.
So, yeah.
I think we've sometimes come... I remember going to one bargain hunt and spending £1. But it was at an exhibition. We had a great time there as well. We met some friends, so it was all good.
Yeah.
But no, we don't just buy stuff for the sake of it. Otherwise, we'll be buying a lot more than we do and
Yeah.
showing it all off, saying we've spent, you know, 500 quid this week on stuff. Ain't going to happen.
No.
Another thing we're trying to do is when we see the traders, because they all know us a bit more now, and they, you know, they welcome us and say, "Oh, no, it's nice." You know, they appreciate what we're doing because it's good publicity for them, and it's a very, you know, symbiotic relationship, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a new word.
They're lovely though. They really
are.
are nice. And when you see them time and time again, it's so much nicer, so much
They
easier.
trust us now. They know we're not going to say anything bad.
Yeah, because what's the point? You know,
No, the
you have to do
videos
that.
speak for themselves. You know, we don't have to say something's a good price. If we know it's a good price, and you've got to take into account their overheads, how much they've paid for stuff. But we do ask traders for details to put on the screen, but they don't always have them.
Yeah. And some, they're not real traders as
No, it's
such.
just a
They don't
hobby.
yeah.
And they don't want to put, you know, the
No.
personal details on there. So
So yeah, we don't always
if we
get
can,
them.
we
Yeah.
will. But it's not going to happen on every one.
No.
So
And that's why it's worth visiting yourself if you're able to,
Mm.
and what's in your area. I mean, you know, we enjoy travelling around, and one of my favourite things this year was when we took the dog and we went for a walk, and that was
near Chester. We went to a Chester exhibition. And
that's
this
right.
was an old disused railway, sorry,
Yes.
coal mine, sorry.
That's right. Yes.
And we had a one round that. That was the most fun video to film because it was probably the hottest day of the year as well.
Yes.
Unfortunately, nobody watched that video because there's no bargains in it.
No,
It's
but-
quite different to what we usually do, but we like to try doing, you know, different things as well. We've got some really good ideas for videos next year, and I've had a look online, and nobody else is doing these type of things. So we're not going to tell you what they are now because it might be rubbish.
But one of the other things I'd like to do, and I don't think we'll do many because we just don't have the time, but seeing people's layouts, you know, going to people's homes if they're happy to, and showing what they've got. I mean, a lot of people have their own YouTube already
I
going,
think most
but
people do.
I mean, it's amazing what people do in their own homes, and obviously you can't take
Pardon? Not going dogging. Told you
We'll
about
cut that one.
Oh, I'll leave that in.
But yeah, it'd be lovely to see what people can do on their own layouts, and we'd love to do some that are a little bit nearby, or when we're going anywhere to an exhibition and pop along, we promised to bring the biscuits. Don't
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Right, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great new year, and we'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.
You and cameraman.
Really, to be honest with you, I'm better on the stalls.
Filming me.
Yeah. And you better filming the layouts.
We do,
because you are better
I'd like
at
to get
it.
you on the stalls as well. Obviously, we need to get a photo of the both from there.